Tonight, fluent in fraud, the growing infiltration of artificial intelligence in phone scams. Criminals using cloned voices in multiple languages.
She said it sounded exactly like him. She was convinced.
They advised to avoid a costly deception. Warnings on every single cigarette, a world first.
I don't think that would affect anybody.
This could be one little more push.
The launch of Canada's new anti-smoking campaign. Plus, breaking records and barriers.
I want to reach a goal where everybody can believe in themselves.
A soccer trick sensation on the power of persistence.
CTV National News with Omar Sachedina. Reporting tonight, Sandy Ronaldo.
Good evening. Just when you thought you'd heard it all, now there's a new twist on an old phone scam that targets grandparents. Criminals may be using artificial intelligence to clone the voices, even the accents of family members. That's so convincing it's creepy. CTV's Genevieve Beauchemin has the story of some folks who were on the receiving end of a swindler.
Jessica De Palma's 73-year-old mother received a frightening call last week.
Hello?
A man said he was an RCMP officer and then put her grandson on the phone.
He said, I'm in trouble and I need your help and you need to send the money. And she claims that it was him. And to this day, she's still convinced it's him.
She withdrew $10,000 from her bank account, but the phone call was all fake. A fraudster using a classic grandparent scam with possibly a worrisome artificial intelligence twist. Experts suspect thieves are increasingly using voice cloning technology.
What it does is it goes out onto the open internet and it listens for examples of the victim's voice, and it trains itself such that the scammer can then create any kind of audio that they want.
That's the tech tool featured in this viral video of Leonardo DiCaprio's UN speech. It was used to clone the voices of Joe Rogan,
one of the 400,000 people who marched,
and actor Robert Downey Jr.
I pretend for a living.
While Bruno Iezza isn't sure what his mother heard on the line, he says AI may have helped criminals trick her too during a phone call cloning his son's voice.
His kind of accent, bit of broken English, broken Italian that he was speaking to my mom with, my mom was convinced it was him.
The family had guardrails in place, no money changed hands, but it was a close call. And experts have some tips to avoid getting scammed. Set up a family code word. Hang up when a family member calls asking for cash and call them back at the number you know.
Families need to have this conversation now because the technology is incredibly sophisticated and getting better by the day.
De Palma quickly caught the transaction and intervened before her mother handed over the money. But she was frightened.
She's like, well, just go get the money because they're going to be back. So, yeah. Definitely trauma.
The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre reports that money lost to emergency scams tripled from 2021 to 2022. And with AI in the toolkit of fraudsters, that could continue to add up. Sandy.
All right, Genevieve, thank you. Startling legal developments in Washington today where Donald Trump faces his first charges in connection with attempts to overturn the 2020 election and the riot that followed.
An unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government.
The former president is charged with 4 counts, including conspiracy to defraud the U.S., and was summoned to appear before a judge on Thursday. Trump remains the Republican frontrunner for the next election and called the indictment a witch hunt. Well, a sweeping new strategy was implemented by Health Canada today. Every single cigarette now comes with a warning label. It's the latest in a long series of measures to curb smoking. CTV's Adrian Gobriel now with the rationale and the reaction.
There's poison in every puff. That message is set to become even harder to ignore for the millions of Canadians still inhaling the deadly addiction.
This is a good news story. We don't have too many of them in this field.
Health Canada's new regulation is now in effect. By April 2025, all individual cigarettes will have a written warning in English and French of the life-threatening ailments from smoking The hope is that Canadians will butt out, though some smokers aren't so sure.
If you smoke already, you're still going to smoke, right?
You don't think it's going to deter?
No. I don't think so.
Canada is the first country in the world to roll out the new requirement. It's a move being met with measured optimism from the director of Ontario's Tobacco Research Unit.
Will these new labels reduce the number of smokers?
Not by a huge amount.
Canada has a history of sparking a progressive path to stamp out smoking. In 2001, it became the first to require tobacco companies print pictures with warnings on packages. The country has set a goal of reducing the number of smokers across the nation to less than 5% by 2035. As of 2020, 13% of Canadians aged 15 and older smoked cigarettes.
This isn't going to bring us down anywhere near less than 5%.
The motion is agreed to.
Other countries are taking even bolder steps. This year, New Zealand banned the sale of tobacco to anyone born in 2009 or after.
We need to start having a tobacco-free generation. How can it be that in 2023, we're still legally selling cigarettes at every street corner and in some places 24 hours a day? So that tells you how strong the tobacco lobby has been.
The new messaging will appear on each of the more than 20 billion cigarettes sold across the country each year. Smoking remains to be the leading cause of preventable disease and death in Canada. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Toronto.
Some grim data to report as BC experiences the most destructive wildfire season ever. So far, more than 1.5 million hectares have been destroyed across the province, surpassing a previous record. It comes as a fast-moving fire that crossed the 49th parallel into a Soyuz doubles in size. CTV's Alyssa Thibault reports.
Helicopters again taking aim from the air as this wildfire burns just above homes and businesses in a Soyuz. About 2 kilometres away, the gratitude is obvious. In what was an evacuation zone, there's now a thank you message to firefighters.
Hammers are going everywhere now.
This is what they were up against Saturday night. Even some residents jumping in with hoses to help. The flames coming dangerously close to homes and backyards.
Heroic work. You know, we're so thankful.
The fire crews are amazing. I mean, they just are amazing.
Hotspots are still burning, a reminder of the wildfire raging just over the ridge. Most of it is burning in Washington state, but still growing, estimated at about 6,000 hectares in size. At least 3 homes and a shed have been lost there. In Canada, the size has doubled in 24 hours, now at more than 3,000 hectares, but growing away from a Soyuz.
A majority of the activity that we have been seeing is along the west flank and the northwest corner of the wildfire. So that's due to the winds that we're seeing in the area and the fuel types that are available.
Crews from both sides of the border are working round the clock, including structure protection units monitoring properties still at risk. So far, homes here have been saved.
Our Soyuz Fire Department, they're phenomenal. I get even weepy. I cannot say enough about them. I was a teacher here for 35 years. I know them all, a lot of them, and I taught a lot of the kids. I just think it's so nice when people give back to their community.
The Eagle Bluff fire is still classified as out of control, and the entire town of Osoyoos remains under evacuation alert. Thousands of people ready to leave at a moment's notice. Alyssa Thibault, CTV News, Osoyoos.
A massive data breach in BC has put the personal details of 250,000 healthcare workers at risk. Hackers had access to 3 websites associated with the Health Employers Association for a month. The cyber attack wasn't detected until July 13th. Well, we knew it was coming, but now Meta, the largest social media company in the world, has confirmed it is barring Canadians from getting news on the popular platforms Facebook and Instagram. Meta posted, "We have begun the process of ending news availability in Canada. These changes start today." The move is retaliation for a new law passed by Ottawa that would force the tech giant to pay for the content. CTV's Kevin Gallagher has our report.
Millions of Canadian Facebook and Instagram users soon won't be able to see news from domestic or international sources, as parent company Meta is following through on a threat to boycott the Online News Act.
We've got just an abject failure in terms of legislation that was supposed to be helping the industry and in many ways will represent a massive setback.
Bill C-18 received royal assent in June and is supposed to force tech giants Meta and Google to compensate Canadian news organizations for links shared on their platforms. While the law isn't in effect yet, the new Heritage Minister, Pascal Saint-Onge, says Meta is showing bad faith by not negotiating. This is irresponsible, Saint-Onge said. They would rather block their users from accessing good quality and local news instead of paying their fair share to news organizations.
I don't think they want to get out of the news business. I think they don't want to be told what to do by a democratic country like Canada.
Meta contends it's being treated unfairly and that news is only a small portion of its revenue. News outlets voluntarily share content on Facebook and Instagram to expand their audiences and help their bottom line.
I think it's a wake-up call to news organizations to build your own audience and not to be reliant on Meta.
Facebook blocked news in Australia protesting similar legislation 2 years ago. After fierce public pushback, the web giant and the government struck a deal.
Are people going to get angry at the platforms, at Meta, or are they going to be more of the view that the government should back down?
Google has also threatened to block news content to Canadians when the law comes into effect. But unlike Meta, it is trying to negotiate a deal with the government, Sandy.
Thank you, Kevin. A shocking headline out of Australia today. Graphic online images have led police to arrest a man in one of the most horrific child exploitation cases they've ever seen. He's accused of sexually abusing 91 children.
It's beyond the realms of anyone's imagination what this person did to these children.
Police allege the 45-year-old former childcare worker preyed on young girls over a period of 15 years. He faces more than 1,600 charges. A disaster at a construction site in western India has killed at least 17 laborers. They died when a crane collapsed while work was being done on a bridge. The tragedy occurred 80 kilometers north of Mumbai. A skyscraper in Moscow was hit by a drone attack in what may be a new phase of the war with Ukraine. The drone damaged the same building that houses government offices targeted just 3 days ago. Russia blames Ukraine and responded with attacks of its own. And European nations led by France are scrambling to get their citizens out of Niger in Western Africa as tensions escalate over the ouster of the country's president. Ottawa says it's deeply concerned, but for now is not taking any action. CTV's Judy Trin reports.
French and European citizens rushed to the airport, escaping danger with the help of evacuation planes from France. There are 269 registered Canadians in the West African country, but the federal government says it's not planning rescue flights yet. Global Affairs said we remain in contact with our allies and partners to evaluate the security situation and stand ready to adapt our approach accordingly. It's been nearly a week since President Mohamed Bazoum was overthrown. He was democratically elected 2 years ago. Now Bazoum is in the custody of a military junta. A coalition of West African states has given the junta's leaders until Sunday to release the president or risk military intervention, prompting a warning from Niger's neighbors, who also gain power through coups.
Avertissent que toute intervention militaire.
Any military intervention against Niger will be considered a declaration of war against Burkina Faso and Mali. Complicating matters, for the past decade, Canada has deployed special operations teams to help train Niger's soldiers to counter terrorism.
You run the risk of those senior leaders and taking the training that you've imparted to these other soldiers at the tactical level being used for nefarious means.
The Department of National Defense says the Canadian forces have not trained any of the leaders of the coup, and less than 10 members are currently in the country. Economically, Canada provides Niger with $60 million in humanitarian aid annually.
I think there is a potential Canadian role.
This University of Ottawa professor says Canada could make a difference because of its francophone ties.
At least in facilitating diplomatic outreach, facilitating efforts by the regional bloc, and ensuring that there are no kind of violent outcomes.
Adding pressure, France and the European Union are cutting financial ties with Niger. Canada has yet to say if it will also impose economic sanctions. Sandy.
All right, Judy. Across the country, Canadians marked Emancipation Day for the third time since Ottawa voted to make August the 1st a celebration of freedom for enslaved Africans and their descendants. The day also serves as a time to reflect on Canada's rich Black history, as CTV's Creason Ashkate reports.
In Halifax, the Pan-African flag was raised to commemorate Emancipation Day, including an uplifting performance from this young and gifted poet.
It makes me feel empowered to know that I can sing in my language and speak it and connect with others in my language.
The day marks the end of slavery in the British Empire, including Canada in 1834, finally freeing more than 800,000 African people across the colonies and ending more than 4 centuries of enslavement.
We've come a long way.
The lives of the transatlantic slave trade being remembered here at Nova Scotia's Province House.
More than 15 million men, women, and children of African descent were victims.
This Nova Scotia senator says Canada must do more.
One of the things that we've been lobbying for a number of years is an official apology.
In Toronto's subway, songs of freedom during this underground freedom train ride. The gathering symbolizing the dangerous and secret underground migration African Americans used to get to Canada in order to be free from slavery.
Those people that escaped America seeking freedom here have now become integral members of a society.
The Prime Minister also in attendance, calling for unity and equality.
Standing up against anti-Black racism, against unconscious bias.
And the celebrations don't end here. Multiple cities across the country are planning month-long events to observe Emancipation Day. Creason Ashkate, CTV News, Halifax.
Coming up, a major box office boost.
It feels nice going somewhere outside than staying in your home.
The movies motivating people off the couch and into theaters. Plus, a vintage computer that launched an empire is up for auction. A pair of summer blockbusters are packing people back into movie theaters, with at least one Canadian chain reporting record numbers. It's welcome news for an industry that was hard hit by COVID and faces more competition than ever from streaming services. But as CTV's Heather Wright reports, its success is now threatened by a pair of strikes.
There are some things that are just better in a movie theater.
All the sound around you, the popcorn, of course. Like, you can't make popcorn at home, but it won't be the same.
At the height of the pandemic, there were fears cinemas might fade to black.
Hi, Barbie!
Hi, Ken! But blockbusters like Barbie and Oppenheimer have filled seats and boosted bottom lines. Cineplex saw its highest July box office ever, bringing in more than $86 million in revenue, while AMC says the week of July 21st to 27th was the highest grossing in its 103-year history.
It feels nice going somewhere outside than staying in your home.
And for the first time in a long time, the blockbusters aren't sequels or prequels or superhero films.
Theory will take you only so far.
Barbie and Oppenheimer have proven that you don't have to have Roman numerals in the title to get people back in to theaters. You just have to give them good stories that compel them to get up off their sofa and get to the movie theater.
While Barbenheimer has movie theaters packed, it may be short-lived with the writers and actors all on strike. Not only will this impact movies in production, but also those set to be released. SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, has barred its members from publicizing their work. So without big stars promoting big movies, studios are pushing back releases to next year.
It's too bad for moviegoing that this all has to be happening, just as moviegoing seems to be making a resurgence.
And while streaming and television are also impacted, they have more content already created, which may keep people on the couch.
It's almost as if the studios are determined to put the theaters through another pandemic, but this time a pandemic of the studios making.
For now, theaters will ride the Barbenheimer wave for as long as it will last. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
Still ahead, tonight's opening act, the cosmic headliner for an upcoming major lunar event. Stargazers all over the world, including Canada, are in for a cosmic treat this month, a pair of supermoons. This is the full moon over Greece tonight, appearing bigger and brighter because of proximity to Earth. At the end of August, it will be even closer, making it a rare blue moon. Well, a legendary computer that helped launch Apple is up for sale. About 200 of these Apple I computers were created in founder Steve Jobs' garage starting in 1976. This one was also signed by co-founder Steve Wozniak. At the time the Apple I sold for more than $600, it's expected to fetch about $200,000 at auction later this month. And yes, after being restored, it does work. And tourists are flocking to a zoo in China to bear witness to a bear that looks a little too human. You decide if this is a real sun bear or a person in a costume. The zoo is denying conspiracy theories and insists it is a furry omnivore. After the break, you'll meet a record breaker whose goal is to break his own records. We leave you tonight with the story of a Quebec man whose determination and skill with a soccer ball has landed him a Guinness World Record multiple times. CTV's Vanessa Lee reports.
This is Daniel Wassef's happy place. He has been playing soccer since he was 10 and is on a roll with impressive tricks. From the most toe taps in a minute, his record is 151, by the way, to balancing a ball on his foot for the longest period of time.
It is very hard, one of the hardest records, because you have to be stable. If your legs get too shaky and it falls off, it's considered over.
What's your record?
A minute and a second. I broke it by a second.
His masterful moves have earned him 6 Guinness World Records. He recorded his first during the pandemic 3 years ago, when he kicked the ball over his head backwards into a basketball net.
Did I get it?
Like, how do you do that?
It's the mindset and the heart. When you know you have talent, you must put it into practice.
The 25-year-old isn't letting anything hold him back. He has been the target of racism and also says he was bullied because he is on the autism spectrum.
Autism, it's not just a disability, it's a different ability. Take it as a different ability to be strong and courageous by yourself.
His energy is contagious as he shares a lofty goal to set 100 records, not just in soccer.
Even if I don't get it, at least I did something that nobody had the will to do, and I did it with not perfection, but with heart. This might be one of the greatest tricks I ever did.
And it's clear he still has plenty of tricks up his sleeve. Vanessa Lee, CTV News, Laval, Quebec.
That was amazing.
And that's our newscast for this Tuesday. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I'm Sandy Ronaldo for Omar and all of us at CTV National News. Good night until tomorrow.